If you want to become a content creator, the best thing that you could do is easily just watch the biggest creators. What creators get the most views? What creators make the most money? Which creators get the most love? But sometimes it's also important to look at the creators who have made the biggest mistakes. Because sometimes you gotta learn from other people's fuck-ups. One of the best examples of this is Kwebbelkop, who easily has had one of the worst downfalls in YouTube history. You guys requested me a lot in the last video to do a video on this guy, and I see why. In such a short span of time, he went up to 15 million subscribers and then just lost most of his audience in one single year. He sold his soul to AI, he flexed his wealth non-stop, and basically treated his audience like a cash grab, and it eventually caught up to him. The rate that he ruined his career is almost kind of impressive, like it has to break some sort of world record. Nowadays, he's lucky if he even hits 100k views on a single video, and now the desperation for his content is showing pretty bad. How did someone mess up the opportunity of a lifetime in just one single year? Let's cut the bullshit and get right into it. Now, YouTube began as a hobby for Jordy at the age of 16 all the way back in 2011, posting simple gameplay videos, and they were as amateur as they can get. This was during the early days of gaming YouTube, where it was still becoming a pretty new genre into the content space. But around the same time, lots of gaming YouTubers were getting some serious views and starting to make real money. The idea of this being a job and a business was becoming very, very popular. Jordy wanted in on this, and he wanted to make this more than just a hobby, so in 2012, he set out to make one video every single day. A pretty ambitious goal for a person who was still in high school, but he showed up, he put in the work, and fulfilled the promise to himself. Post after post after post, there were no results. Until he posted his first ever successful series, which was a compilation of GTA 5 failing moments. These got millions of views, and this was the content that really blew him up. Suddenly, he got his first 100,000 subscribers. He thought that this could be a serious possible direction for him, so he started to network with other YouTubers. When it comes to YouTubers, collabs are one of the biggest and easiest ways to blow up. It's the closest thing that you can get to being a nepo baby in social media. And Kwebbelkop was going to blow up with the help of his friends Jelly and Slogo. Together, these guys made the trio robust and constantly collaborated. Not only did they do gameplay videos, but they did tons of challenges and vlogs together. Many of these would become Kwebbelkop's most popular videos to date. In fact, across all of their channels, all of their collaborations were their most viewed videos. Within the span of a year, he went from 1 million subs to 5 million subs. That means during his prime, he was gaining like at least 8,000 subscribers every single day. And what further helped him blow up was his relationship with Azzyland, an up-and-coming YouTuber who at the time also had 1 million subscribers. Next to collaborations, relationships are also one of the best ways to blow up as well. I mean, not just in content, but also like in general. Musicians and celebrities constantly get a lot more traction in their career when they are dating someone who is also very famous. In 2020, Azzy hit 13 million subscribers while Jordy hit 14 million. By this time, he was unstoppable. He had a diehard fanbase getting millions of views, multiple successful video games, his own company, a hot girlfriend. What else could he possibly need? But it wasn't too long where everything started to go downhill after this. Why? Well, it all makes sense when you look at some of the greedy shit that Kwebbelkop did. Now, Kwebbelkop's downfall didn't start until 2021, but the groundwork for this started in 2019. It was in December when he quietly disappeared from the Robust group. This was completely out of nowhere, as he just stopped doing videos with them with no explanation. He was replaced with an up-and-coming YouTuber named Craner, but this didn't slide. People noticed quite immediately. And around the exact same time, Kwebbelkop and Azzyland broke up after 3.5 years together. And the reasoning for both of these wouldn't be revealed until nearly a year later. First, he did explain that the breakup was pretty amicable, and the main reason was just simply the fact that he was not feeling the connection.
So why did you guys break up? Well, as you guys might know, I'm from Amsterdam, the Netherlands, and Azzy is from Canada. When we met each other, we fell in love, and it was a long-distance relationship. You don't choose who you fall in love with, and it was the first time in life that I actually fell in love with a girl. So we tried making it work. She was in love with me, I was in love with her, and for the longest time, things went great. But once reality kicked in, once the honeymoon phase was over, we realized that we're two people from completely different places.
That same year, he finally revealed that he left the Robust group due to mental issues. He felt the content was stale and repetitive, which caused a pretty big depression. So he felt that it was best to leave the group.
I ended up getting a depression, which I've never, ever said anywhere publicly. I had a depression for 2, maybe even 3 years. And during this depression, everything in my entire life, I started hating. Everything became really hard to do. And all in all, I just had a really tough time. Now, every fairy tale has a good ending. During my depression, I was still recording with Jelly and Slogoman. And I started to see that I was just having a really, really hard time keeping up with these guys. I was having a really hard time recording these videos, and I noticed that I had to put YouTube to the side a little bit so I could fully focus on my own mental health, on my own well-being, and that's what I started doing.
Now, these both were pretty amicable splits from Azzy and the Robust group. There was no beef, no drama, no negativity, none of that. These are not the main cause of Jordy's downfall by any means. Yes, the group and the relationship helped him blow up, but it definitely was not the main cause of the downfall and why he suddenly was just disliked. The reasons for why he left were pretty reasonable. He didn't find the relationship and the content were fulfilling. It's pretty simple. He still could have continued to grow and keep his respect if he just still made good content, but this was when Kwebbelkop's intentions changed for the worse. It stopped being about chasing the passion while making money doing it, and simply now only about chasing the money. Which is why this statement aged like hot milk in the sun.
I don't care about making an extra buck on YouTube. I don't care about the money. I really genuinely do not do YouTube for the money. I do it for the experience. I do it for the fun. I do it because I want to help you guys.
The video where he announced his departure, leaving Robust, was where he put the spotlight onto a new up-and-coming YouTuber he was working with, Tiger. This guy completely came out of nowhere, and Kwebbelkop saw lots of potential in him.
I met Tiger a while back. We were recording videos, and I needed a guest, and Hassan joined me. Hassan is Tiger. And I thought, this guy is on top of things. This guy is fast, he's talented, he's passionate. And that's when I realized, I started giving him a few tips. I'm like, this guy could be a really big YouTuber.
So he mentored him and featured him in tons of his videos. The two had amazing chemistry as Tiger listened to Kwebbelkop's playbook pretty well. In just 8 months, he went from 0 subscribers to nearly 900,000 subscribers. Damn! But on February 10th, he just stopped posting videos. Why? Around the same time, he created a second channel called Liger and posted all of his content onto there instead. And eventually, he addressed the situation that caused quite a lot of suspicion.
Everywhere, I gotta watch out. Now, I've been reading comment after comment after comment, and everyone is asking the same thing. Why are you not uploading to Tiger, and what happened between you and Kwebbelkop? Well guys, it essentially boils down to one thing, and that is that me and Kwebbelkop are actually no longer friends. Now I know this sounds shocking and sad to a lot of you guys, because this means that we are probably never ever gonna make videos again together. But you know what they say guys, everything must come to an end. Now this whole situation between me and Jordy happened about a month or 2 ago. And I'm not gonna get too much into who was in the right or who was in the wrong, because I can't.
It later would be revealed that the two of them had a deal together where Kwebbelkop got a portion of all of Tiger's earnings in exchange for the mentorship and for the spotlight. This may sound bad, but it's actually a pretty common thing that does happen in this industry. Kwebbelkop even did it with PewDiePie. I mean, think about it, you're getting direct insight and huge promotion with tons of useful resources. Shit, if I had 0 subscribers, I'd take that deal. Clearly it worked for Tiger, but it seemed like the details of this deal were pretty suspicious. In terms of how the deal worked specifically, Tiger was the voice and creative director of the channel, while Kwebbelkop basically owned the channel. Tiger received a flat salary on top of 30% of the earnings, while Jordy would provide the expenses and everything else that was needed. Not the worst deal ever, but Tiger did make it clear that eventually he wanted to be the main owner of the channel.
Right? I approached Jordy. I said, hey man, I just want you to know that sometime in the future I would like to fully own the channel. Right. I don't know when this is. I told him like a couple of years from now we can do like a buyout, whatever, right?
And yeah, that's pretty reasonable. Who wouldn't want to do that? But Jordy did not seem to like that at all.
But then a month afterwards, I wake up and I get a notification on my phone. Your channel access to Tiger has been removed. And at that point, I was like, okay, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I can't do this. He wanted me to basically send over the videos to his team so that his team can upload them to the channel themselves. They wanted to like, completely cut me off from the whole channel.
Yeah.
And I wasn't okay with that, so I just said, you know what guys, fuck this, I'm out. Left the group, left everything, dead, no contact at all after that.
But Jordy did not want all of this hard work to go to waste, which is how we enter the AI era. This is officially where things start to take a downturn for the worse. After their falling out, Kwebbelkop tweeted and then deleted this. My friend Hassan, Tiger on YouTube, wanted to start his very own channel. That's why I took all his videos and created an AI that mimicked him. This is the world's first artificial intelligence YouTuber powered by OpenAI GPT-3. Jordy literally cloned Tiger and then turned him into a VTuber to keep the channel going.
They literally nearly copied everything about me, okay? They even got the eyebrow cuts, they even got the beard fade, They even got the glasses, the hair color. But listen, guys, you could have done a way better job, man. This looks absolutely trash, bro. This is such low quality.
Now, this actually was originally in the contract between Tiger and Kwebbelkop from the very start of this channel. The plan was and always was that eventually Tiger would become a VTuber on this channel. And that's because the VTuber genre was growing pretty big. I mean, look at Iron Mouse. She was one of the most subbed streamers on Twitch. But locking out Tiger and then going behind his back to execute this just did not look good at all and seemed pretty scummy. So surprise, surprise, it gave him a ton of backlash. Immediately after, Jordy did delete all of the VTuber videos of Tiger from the channel. You'd think that this would have taught him to maybe stay away from this type of content, but in fact, it only encouraged him to go deeper. But first, I gotta pay my rent, which lately has been a little bit complicated because my finances have been all over the place. Be honest, fellas, how often do you sign up for a free trial, forget all about it, and then before you know it, you end up paying 15 bucks a month for a whole year? If only there was an app that tracked all of the subscriptions you had and then let you cancel them from a push of a button. Oh wait, that's literally Rocket Money, the sponsor of today's video. I did not realize how much money I was spending on my daily bagel habit until I actually looked at the finances from the Rocket Money app. I'm not gonna say how much I was spending, but let me just say it was too dang much. So I finally started setting up a budget system to hold me accountable. I used this for quite a lot of my other impulsive spending habits, and soon enough I was saving tons of money, and now rent isn't really as much of a stressful thing for me anymore. In our everyday lives, spending 20 bucks a day seems like nothing, but eventually that adds up to hundreds of dollars a month. So if you want to get a hold of your finances right away, make sure to go to rocketmoney.com/blanco to get started for free and even unlock other features when you sign up for premium. Huge thank you to Rocket Money, and now back to the video. Jordy's new philosophy was that humans were a barrier for production. They were getting in the way. They're unpredictable. They can leave at any time. They're just too complicated.
We have a team which makes videos as a virtual influencer. If we want to start more channels, we can. We just start a brand new team who goes and makes videos as this influencer, as this virtual influencer. And you can start as many channels as you want because they all function under the same brand. It's like Spider-Man, okay? There's so many different Spider-Mans. Why has no one done this with influencers? To a business, it's a huge risk if you invest a lot of money, and if one person leaves, the entire business collapses. And this way, it's not about one individual, it's about the entire company around it.
So this new plan was to make the content as much without people as possible. This ventured him into his second channel, Blue, a gaming channel that was completely hosted by VTubers. No human representation whatsoever.
Welcome back, everybody. My name is Blue. Today we're stealing every Lamborghini from the showroom in GTA 5. The more cars we steal, the harder it gets. My good friend Kwebbelkop is joining me. How are you doing, Jordy?
I'm doing wonderful. Let's go steal some cars.
Now, this channel was voiced by real humans and used motion capture technology. So, like, there was human aspect and creativity to it, but a lot of, like, the actual videos were just simply brain rot editing for children. Surprisingly enough, this channel actually did really, really well. Jordy said that he invested millions of euros into it, and soon enough, it became pretty profitable and was making more views than his normal channel. But this channel was also one of the main reasons for his downfall. Since he was spending more time on the Blue channel, well, that took away a lot of his actual attention and focus on the Kwebbelkop channel. Maybe because it took so much effort and creativity on his part, he severely slowed down on the content with the main channel, so obviously it affected his views. But to him, this didn't really matter because the Blue channel was making more money than his main channel. This was when he saw just how profitable a project like this truly was. Because even to this day, this channel is objectively successful with 2.7 million subscribers. The views are a little volatile, but the most popular upload was made just a year ago and has over 13 million views. Point is, despite the negative reception, it had steady growth. But that cannot be said about Kwebbelkop. He would address if he was going to stop making daily videos on his main channel so that he can slow down and focus on more quality videos.
10 years of making daily videos. I quit. I want to go bigger. I want to make the best videos I've ever made. And I want to get to 100 million subscribers with you guys. Now, to get there, that requires me to make quality content. And that's what you can expect. Starting today, from now on, you can expect my next video to be top notch, to be really flipping good, to be exactly what you want to see.
And that's pretty admirable to prioritize mental health. So what top-notch quality videos was he going to make? Well, this.
Welcome to my $7.5 million penthouse tour.
I bought the most exclusive car in the world. Check it out. This is
a Mercedes G-Wagon. I adopted a $10,000 Pomeranian, and his name is Gizmo.
His entire new feed was now just non-stop flexing about his fancy house, cars, and dog. Where the fuck do you even get a dog for $10,000? What makes it a $10,000 dog? This easily was one of the dumbest things he could have done because it was basically just a giant middle finger to his fans. Now, there's nothing inherently wrong with making content showing off some of your finer things. David Dobrik did gain a giant fandom by showing off tons of the crazy stuff that he owned, like his house and all of the other crazy shit that he would buy. He has so many followers, and this type of content is to die for from his audience. Live streamers like Aiden Ross and Kai Snack get a shit ton of engagement for the crazy stuff that they show off as well. Because to be honest, there's really nothing inherently wrong with owning that type of stuff. At least on its own. The reason why it looks so dumb from Jordy's standpoint was again because of what he said earlier.
I don't care about making an extra buck on YouTube. I don't care about the money. I really genuinely do not do YouTube for the money.
Yeah, a $7.5 million penthouse shows just how little you really care about money, Jordy. But this was right after he announced that he was going to focus on making the best possible content for his fans. It's so clear that he was making these to try and make up for his insecurity. He had no ideas left, so he started just flex shit on his fans. It's just sad, and just like how Sunny V2 pointed out, it's the main reason why his views started to really cut in half after this. Now the thing is, he still could have made a comeback from this. A couple cringy videos, never hurt anybody. But how Jordy responded to this criticism was not smart at all. For example, when Sunny's video came out, it went extremely viral. So obviously Jordy saw it, but Jordy dismissed a lot of the main points from the video because he interpreted it as the fact that the reason why it fell off was because he left the group, which was not the main reason why.
He actually thinks or said in his video that your downfall has to do with the fact that you left us.
Yeah. Well, was it?
So what do you think?
Yeah,
like
he correlates
ex-girlfriend and this and that and this.
So what's your opinion?
So I think it has much more to do with the reason, like why. Like it's not. Hey, I left the group, so that caused the downfall. It was more. To me, how I looked at it is like it was a voluntary decision.
Yeah, we didn't say you're out.
No, and a lot of people think we had a fight.
And equally, you didn't say I'm gone.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
But it was for me. For me, it was very much like, okay, I realized I'm at a point in life where the best thing for me to do now is to focus on myself. And you just put everything else aside.
What started the downfall was not focusing on quality content and being a sellout. And he just didn't seem to recognize that. There was even a reaction video that he made in response to Sunny that he seemed to delete. Probably because in the video he made a statement about not wanting to be a content machine, but then quite literally right after turned himself into a content machine. It wasn't long after this that Kwebbelkop tripled down on the AI while also announcing his retirement as a YouTuber. After 11 years on the platform, I'm ready to retire as a YouTuber. I successfully cloned myself and will have AI run my channel. This is a very open and public experiment, and I'll be the first creator to do this, as far as I know. I'm confident that our algorithms will be able to pull millions of views a month and entertain lots of people. This all started when I experienced a burnout while making daily content. I'm a firm believer that this is the future and many will follow. The project will be ever evolving. It's similar to how video games have seasons and constantly improve and patch the game. You can expect the cloning, videos, views, and more to get better over time. Launching Q3 2023. Shout out to the entire team for making this possible, 5 years in the making. And the next day, he actually launched it. Kwebbelkop AI is now live. We'll be posting 4 videos a week starting today and will 100% focus on improving the AI every single day. This literally was just an AI clone of himself that did the talking and playing the video games and literally anything else that there is to need to make a video.
Today in Minecraft, I am stuck on one block. Can we survive? Watch until the end to find out. Oh my god, guys, it says break the block below you, but I can't lie, I'm kind of scared because I'm not sure if we'll actually regenerate, but let's just do it and... Oh my god, the block will regenerate. This is insane. Okay, guys, so we just have to keep on breaking this because it is an infinite block and it spawns more than that. Of course. Okay, so now we are put. I'm gonna start expanding my island right now because I don't want to fall off and die because as you can see, we are in hardcore. So if we die, we die.
It's as soulless as you can get. It was just simply an easy way for Jordy to pump out content non-stop without having to think of the idea, or write the idea, or even get on camera, or even leave his bed. But to him, he thought this was the future. The thing is, something like this was sadly inevitable because this was in late 2022 when the AI bubble was really starting to grow. Because, you know, ChatGPT dropped around this time, so now everyone was suddenly obsessed with AI. AI content was, and sadly enough, is something that always was going to happen. Kwebbelkop was just one of the first people to actually do it, and it went as horribly as it possibly could go. You don't need to watch more than 10 seconds to see just how shitty this content really is. It's so soulless. Like, it's impressive that AI could make something like this, but that's really only as interesting as it gets. Like, no one actually wants to sit down and continuously watch this slop. The point of the videos is to watch a real person experience real challenges and have, like, you know, real emotions and real dialogue. If you're watching a bot play video games, it defeats the whole point of the content. And for some reason, Kwebbelkop just did not get that. Replacing myself with AI on YouTube has been a challenging journey. The moment Kwebbelkop AI is launched is when the real journey finally begins. I believe 99.99% of influencers will be AI generated within the next 10 years. I'm confused as to why you think this is a good thing. Storytelling powered by AI tools will be able to take storytelling to a whole new level. He would celebrate the first video getting 100,000 views like as if that was like an accomplishment for him? Like as if that's good in comparison to how his videos normally perform. If anything, it's total horseshit. It was only getting views because his platform already had 15 million subscribers. Of course it was gonna get 100,000 views based off pure shock value. The reasons why Jordy thinks it's good, like how it did not take any work for him to actually make it, is the same exact reasons why people think it's bad. But it wasn't just the content that was the real money maker here, it was actually the tool itself that he was trying to sell. For $100 a month, you could purchase the AI tool yourself and also make shorts and long form content. Clearly he was trying to jump on the AI entrepreneur wave by using his image and likeness to leverage his tool. But there was no vision for the quality, it was just about money. That's it. There's no other reason. And it did show in his views. From 2015 to 2020, he had one of the largest snowball effects in content that a person possibly could have, going from 1 million to 13 million subscribers in this time zone. But this ended around the time he left Azzy and the Robust group. His views did dramatically cut short, but the views and the subs were still going up. It was slow, but growth is growth. Up until 2023, it took nearly 3 years for him to gain another 2 million subscribers. Again, growth is growth. But after the whole AI slop crap started happening, not only did he stop gaining subs and views, he started to lose subscribers. Starting in 2024 up until now, he has lost an estimated 400,000 subscribers. That is a lot of people to leave. With the views going down and the hate at its maximum, what did he do? Well, he actually responded and announced that he was going to stop doing the AI slop. Well, sorta. I might have to quit Kwebbelkop AI. I'll post an apology video of me announcing the return of the real me, but in reality, it's a photorealistic AI clone of me. Or not, would be a banger. Probably coming soon. For now, let's enjoy the show while we can. He then posted this video called The End of Kwebbelkop AI. He addresses the hate, admits that it was stupid, and then announces that he's going to not make any more AI content. At least that was the bait, because later he reveals that it was totally fabricated and that in reality, he is going to quadruple down on the AI now.
11 years ago, I started my YouTube journey. My one and only goal was to entertain as many people as possible. But even a dream job can't stop me from growing up and growing older. And this made me realize this is not something I'll be able to do for the rest of my life. I decided to make a virtual version of Kwebbelkop. However, I made a mistake. I thought that Kwebbelkop AI would be accepted and embraced. But like I said, I made a mistake. I decided to share Kwebbelkop AI with the world when he wasn't 100% ready. That's why we decided to train a brand new Kwebbelkop 2.0 model with every bit of feedback we've received. And the results, they're astonishing. Every second you've been watching of this video so far has been completely AI generated. The Kwebbelkop you're seeing on the screen right now is not really me. I hope this video provides a better glimpse into the vision that we have for Kwebbelkop AI. So please consider subscribing and enjoy the story the real Kwebbelkop wants to tell. The story of Kwebbelkop AI. Thank you.
The thing is, it wasn't really that surprising that this entire video was AI. I mean, let's be real here. The lips did not match what he said, the stare was pretty dead-faced, and his movements were pretty repetitive and stale. Like, this wasn't exactly surprising unless you were 5 years old. But now he's going to launch a much more advanced version of the AI for his fans. No one wanted this, and clearly it wasn't changing anything. It only goes further into the argument of how it's deceptive to make content like this for people. Granted, yeah, it's more advanced, but that doesn't mean it's good, because no matter how solid the AI is, no one likes being tricked. It's deception. But it just wasn't getting through his head, because anytime he was faced with criticism, he couldn't give a real reason as to why this was a good thing. Fans and other creators have made the point time and time again that's literally just a robot lying to people that it's real. But it didn't really matter to Jordy, he just kept on going on with this. He genuinely believed that if he pushed more and more AI slop, eventually people would just come around and like it. His efforts soon expanded with not just posting on his main channel, but making a whole other channel for this called Kwebbelkop AI. The channel has 1.27 million subscribers, but I highly doubt that it actually gained this simply from the AI content. I'm sure it was just a second channel that was rebranded as an exclusive AI second channel. Because seriously, like, who was actually subbing to this? Not to mention, according to view stats, it has only lost more and more subs as the content has been pumped out more and more. So my theory is pretty likely. And just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, Sora dropped. A video app where you can make the most realistic AI slop all you want. Kwebbelkop saw this as the new sliced bread, and soon enough he would use it non-stop to post tons and tons of slop across all of his platforms.
Look at this place. It's a full-on Krusty Krab in real life. Clamshell sign, flags, the whole wooden exterior. Let's head in. They even built the boat counter and the order here sign. It smells like a grill in here. And check this out, the legendary burger.
I mean, the slop was as sloppy as it gets, yet he really tried to make it seem like this was successful. Despite the narrative all these fake YouTubers are pushing, Kwebbelkop AI is a massive success. We're doing 100 million plus views per month and getting thousands of subscribers every day. The numbers don't lie. 15,800,000 views on one video, 311,000 likes, 102,000 shares, 8,021 new followers. To me, that looks like enjoyable content that people watch and love. And that is just one video. We post 120 videos per month. Maybe that sounds cool on the surface, but it doesn't really make a lot of sense when you actually go into the details of it. These are all short-term views, and including Twitter. Twitter views are barely monetizable, and those are pretty easy to get. When you look at how these views correlate to real success, it's not really that much compared to what you can make with just regular content. The short-form monetization is probably dog shit for all these videos, and it's not going to lead to a lot of business opportunities for him. Because of this regular content, he probably made a lot from sponsors, merch, and other endeavors. There's no way that this AI crap could possibly make him even close to that type of money. And somewhere along the line, that actually did get through to his head, because the videos on his channel went from declining to bad to straight up horrendous. The channel was now a soul of what it used to be. Most of the viewers were just simply watching out of nostalgia, desperately hoping on that one day Kwebbelkop will make the content that they enjoyed him for in the first place. And he would leave the AI persona, but not by choice. On the AI channel, he announced that AI Kwebbelkop was actually banned from YouTube. In late 2024, YouTube out of nowhere just gave him tons of strikes to the point where he couldn't even keep up with it.
So about 3 months ago, I received an email from YouTube stating that 14 Kwebbelkop AI videos were in violation of some of YouTube's policies. Before I was able to react on these 14 striked videos, and just to put it into perspective, you need 3 strikes for your channel to be terminated. We received 14 overnight. Before we were even able to appeal these striked videos, the entire channel was terminated. This all happened really quickly, super fast.
He did have plans to start normally posting content, but he still did continue a little bit with the AI slop. The video where he addressed everything was filled with a little bit of misconception because he claims that he made no money off of the AI crap.
I want to make it super clear to everyone. I have so far not made a single dollar with Kwebbelkop AI. I know a lot of people are memeing about it and joking about it and then asking, well then why do you do this whole Kwebbelkop AI stuff? I do it because I love doing it. Okay, I am so passionate about it.
That doesn't really seem to make a lot of sense. If we are including the Blue channel, he literally said that he was making more money from that channel than the Kwebbelkop channel, and he was using AI for it. But let's assume it's just the dumbass AI Kwebbelkop persona that he is referring to. What about the AdSense revenue and the tool that he was letting people subscribe to? That quite literally makes you money. Maybe not a lot of money, but definitely some money. The only way this could be true is if he somehow had a negative return from all the investments that he made into the project. If the money that he made in return was less than all the money that he used to invest in employees and technology, okay, then that makes sense. But the way he says it, he's acting like as if he had no intention to make money, but clearly it was for the intention of making money. What other fucking reason was this for? The only reason why he kept doubling down on this nonstop was that he can just print money without having to lift a finger. Seriously, what other reason is there? There's no way you were actually passionate about this crap. Since he couldn't monetize AI content anymore, that's when he stopped posting it. He's still continuously posting the AI slop on a bunch of his other platforms, but not on YouTube. In fact, this whole time he's been trying to proclaim himself as an AI entrepreneur, clearly trying to go for some sort of Steve Jobs vibe. He started his own company, JVDB, with 80 employees. The whole point is to sell the AI tool that he was using for the content. And on his website, he makes it seem like as if he has all these clients, when in reality, these clients are just his own channels that he started before this AI slop existed. The website is barely even updated because the pages for the creators literally just has these generic stock pictures on them, instead of like pictures of the actual creator on them. And they claim that they work with huge brands like Universal and Snapchat, but there's a very good chance that this is misleading. A lot of agencies that try to claim they work with big brands often exaggerate their actual collaborations to make it seem like they're more professional, and there's a very good chance that these guys are in that same category. But YouTube at the end of the day was his real platform and moneymaker. With the views lower than ever, he decided to go back to what made him famous in the first place, real content. He started posting videos with his real face again, like as if everything was just back to normal. At the same time, he even started to get back together with Jelly. They reunited on the 2/3 podcast that was hosted by Jelly and Slogo, and they named it that because of Kwebbelkop leaving. It was on this podcast that Jordy went more into depth about why he left the group and with his downfall. But after this, him and Jelly actually made another robust Reacts channel, basically making the same type of content that they initially made when they first blew up. It seemed like things were back to normal, but the audience wasn't there anymore. His main channel videos still got horrendous views. The average one gets 100,000 views, which is a horrible decrease. And the channel with Jelly has less than 50,000 subs. Their videos would barely even get 10,000 views on this channel. And as of the time of this video being posted, they haven't posted on that channel in nearly 7 months. So the project is basically abandoned. A lot of Kwebbelkop's side projects also seem to be going downhill as well. He claims his company is still running, but on their website, they haven't posted an update since 2023. Now, maybe the company is still running, but I don't imagine they have a ton of clients with the Kwebbelkop AI, considering just how amazing that turned out to be. He talked about all these AI channels that were going to be super successful, but the only one that is successful is Blue. There is another channel he created called Blue and Red, but that one barely even got 3,000 subscribers. And this channel was abandoned just after 1 year it was made. Kwebbelkop turned his audience against him just to make these AI channels, and ironically, those turned out horrible. He sold his soul, and now he barely has anything to show for it. The sad part is that all of this didn't need to happen. It's understandable that he was feeling burnt out and wanted things to change. That happens to everybody. But it's not understandable that he treated his fans like a cash grab. It's not understandable that he tried forcing this AI slop. And it's not understandable that he basically flipped off his fans with showing off all these crazy things he owned. Trust takes years to build, but can be destroyed in seconds. Now, is Kwebbelkop broke now? I definitely don't think so. His latest update claims that he actually is making quite a lot of money in real estate right now, which is believable considering that real estate is a rich man's game and you can make a lot of money back, assuming you already have a lot of money to start with. But it seems like this is one of the only real ways that he can make serious money. His YouTube channel is dead, and the only people who are watching now are the ones who are watching out of nostalgia that desperately believe that he'll make a comeback only to be disappointed time and time again.